Okay, hello, Talkin really here and welcome. We've got a story for you regarding the winter fuel payments that you know about because I've told you in the previous video. But what you may not be knowing is that the actual thing is now law. So, they have done it. And my question is how? Because Parliament is on recess. So how can they pass a law when there's nobody there to do it? Very interesting. And to prove that it is law, here it is. So on legislation.gov.uk, the Social Fund Winter Fuel Payment Regulations 2024, and it was passed on the 22nd of August. That was 6 days ago, and it comes into force on the 16th of September. You will remember they said this only last week, I think it was, and those people that obviously need to be on a means tested benefit. So they have withdrawn the money from pensioners. It goes through and tells you how much it's going to be. So the winter fuel payment, if they're 80 years old, it will be £300. Otherwise, if they've not reached that age and they're a couple or a polygamous marriage, £300. Or in any other case, £200. So that is how much people will get, providing of course they're on a means tested benefit. So how do they do it? Very good question. How do they do it? Well, they did it like every other thing that happened in the last few years. You remember that little thing that happened a few years ago where they kept on telling you that social distancing and wearing a nappy on your face and doing things like that were law. Well, guess what? This is the same thing. It's been done the same way. They don't need to go through Parliament. They don't need to have a law created through and discussed. They don't need to discuss it. They don't need to have it vetted. They don't need to have objections. This has been done through the back door, like all of the other things that they did. And that we're talking about Tories there. This is Labour. Right? They may well have thought about this before the election. Or they may have done it after the election, but before the holiday. Even though the actual holiday was very, very quick after the election, as I said before, you get a new job and then you have a month off. I mean, that's a really good job, that. I wouldn't mind that job. Start a new job and then have a holiday. But that's what's happened. So they had no time to go through and do it properly. So what they've done, they used a thing called a statutory instrument. And this allows them to create anything without any sort of people looking at it. They don't have to do it that way, the proper way, and it's still considered legal and above board, but they just make it up. So somebody said, oh, we want to stop people from, I don't know, being too close to other people. Right, we'll bring in an SI, and then you have police who will fine you if you're too near to somebody. You all know what happened. You were there. This is the same thing. They've done it the same way. And if you remember that age-old saying, you do the same thing the same way, you get the same result. Yeah. So this is what we've got. It's law by the back door. So if you didn't know that, then please educate yourself, because it is very, very interesting. it's a quick way of putting in place. And of course, with the other thing that's coming up, you may have heard about it. It's been in the papers and the news, that thing. Yes, we can't talk about it because of community guidelines, but you know exactly what I'm on about. Now, when they come to say to you, oh, you have to have some experimental medical procedures and it's law, this will be the way that they will do it. Statutory instrument. And when they say, oh, you've got to stay at home, again, and it's law, and if you go outside you get fined, yep, this is how they're going to do it. Not even going through Parliament. So, hope that was useful for you, and of course it shows the progress and the process of where we're going with this. And they can do whatever law they like. Remember, the only law that we have is the law of the land, the law of the universe. So, do not kill, do not steal, and no loss, no harm. That's it. Live by that law. It's a good law to live by. All the other laws are man-made, and of course they require your consent. If you don't agree with them, then they don't apply to you. And I know a lot of people out there will be going, oh, but that's stupid because it would just be chaos. Yes, it would be, but then a lot of people comply with stuff that really they shouldn't comply with. This is not going to end unless we all say no. And if we say no together, what can they do? Nothing at all. That's the answer. So, hope that was useful for you. Have a very good day and catch you later.